Jamie Dimon has lashed out against crypto, saying, if I was the government, I would close it down. And so in this video, we're going to look at why the JP Morgan Chase CEO said this, and how, or even if, this might affect crypto. Today's episode is sponsored by Cake Wallet, where you can send, receive, and even exchange your crypto right from within the wallet. Cake Wallet is open source and non-custodial, so you control your own private keys. Available today on iOS, macOS, Android, and Linux. And StealthEX, a privacy-centric crypto exchange which enables you to make crypto-to-crypto exchanges anonymously. Good evening everybody, and a warm welcome again back to the latest edition of Enter Crypto. This is the channel where every single day I keep you informed and fully up to date on all the goings on in the cryptoverse. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then like, subscribe and click on that notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future updates. Now tonight's video is about Jamie Dimon. He is of course the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, and he seems to be lashing out at Bitcoin and said recently that if he was the government, then he would be closing crypto down. So I found this article from CNBC that covers this, and so let's quickly, as always, read through the article and then we'll comment after. So JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon has lashed out at Bitcoin and its peers, suggesting in remarks on Wednesday on Capitol Hill that crypto should be banned. I've always been deeply opposed to crypto and Bitcoin, etc. The head of the largest US bank by assets said under questioning from Senator Elizabeth Warren, who's a Democrat from Massachusetts, during a Senate Banking Committee hearing, the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, money laundering and tax avoidance. And if I was the government, I'd close it down, he added. The remarks are the latest broadside from Dimon against crypto. Though his bank is heavily involved in blockchain, the enabling technology for the $1.6 trillion industry, and in previous statements, Dimon has called Bitcoin a hyped-up fraud. A comment he later walked back. He also likened it to a pet rock. Under further questioning from Warren, Dimon and several other CEOs of large banks brought before the committee as part of a routine hearing on the industry agreed that crypto companies should face the same AML regulations as the major financial institutions, and the topic marked a rare note of unity between the banking leaders and Warren, usually a harsh critic of the industry. When it comes to banking policy, I'm not usually holding hands with the CEOs of multi-billion-dollar banks, but this is a matter of national security. Terrorists, drug traffickers and rogue nations should be barred from using crypto for their dangerous activities, and it is time for Congress to act, Warren said. So there are two things going on here, and it revolves around the two people that are being vocal about it. And so that is Elizabeth Warren. She's basically just a crypto skeptic. She genuinely, if you spend time listening to her ever on YouTube and you go through any of her interviews or any of her statements or press release, anything where she's basically, her mouth was moving, she genuinely doesn't understand what Bitcoin is. You can tell that from how she speaks about it. She just doesn't understand it. And so I think she's just found a kind of narrative that she's hoping that works, that's kind of hates on crypto and hates on Bitcoin. And she's just going with it because when you listen to her, you're just like, what is she talking about? Genuinely, it just seems really strange for somebody to dislike something or speak so badly about something and not know what that thing is. It's really unusual. I would really suggest that you go and watch her speak about Bitcoin. Now with Jamie Dimon, it's different. He's not stupid. You know, he knows what Bitcoin is. He understands it. And in my opinion, he sees this as a threat, a real threat. And I think Elizabeth Warren is just in love with the idea that it's a threat. I think it gets her attention, and it's all about her. I think with Jamie Dimon, he's worried about Bitcoin and what it can do. And I think he does understand it. And so to try and understand why he would be saying comments or making comments like this is really to understand his position. And he's basically the CEO of a massive company, well, massive bank, you know, and their business is all in traditional finance. And Bitcoin and crypto are a threat to the banking industry. So it's almost his default position that he should be anti-crypto or anti-Bitcoin. And he's right that he's always been anti-crypto and anti-Bitcoin. He's always said this. So He's been very consistent in his sort of negative message. But it would be, if you think about the alternative for him to come out as the CEO of this massive bank of all these traditional finance instruments, to now say, oh, you know, this crypto and this Bitcoin thing is absolutely wonderful. It would be so strange, you know, it just wouldn't be in line with his position and what he does day to day. And so really he's got to say what he's saying. And the second thing about some of his statements is that he speaks that about the, you know, if I was the government, I'd close it down. You know, Bitcoin is obviously global. I think everybody who watches this channel knows that now. There is no way for the US government to shut down Bitcoin. They can shut down the on-ramps and off-ramps that they control. So the US dollars that you buy your Bitcoin and sell your Bitcoin. But if US citizens wanted to just transact in Bitcoin, there's nothing the government can do. It's uncensorable. And so not only can the US government not censor Bitcoin transactions, but also only 4% of all Bitcoin transactions happen in the US. So 96% of Bitcoin transactions happen outside the US. So they certainly don't have control of that. So it's really a silly thing to say that you are going to do something that it's not even possible to do. And in my opinion, I think as the people speaking, as retail come in, and as we start to vote for people that are crypto friendly, and they realize that young people are just native to internet currencies and, you know, cryptocurrencies, I think we'll start to see a lot of these types of people change their tune. But let's see. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow evening. Take care.